Well, I think it's about time that we talked about The Karate Kid.
The Karate Kid.
Dude, that is a great movie. No one talks about that. That's a great movie. Nobody talks about it.
Yeah, they do. Cobra Kai's on Netflix right now, and the third season's coming out January 8th.
Wow.
Everybody's talking about it right now. I don't think we should...
Everyone is?
Yes, everybody.
Should we? I think it's about time we've talked about the wrappers on Starbursts and Tootsie Rolls. That little paper, all right? What is it? What's the chemical composition of that paper? It's not paper. It's certainly not paper.
I don't know.
It's too waxy to be paper.
I really don't know.
It's not plastic.
It's not plastic.
It makes your skin feel weird. I get itchy sometimes when I'm holding that paper.
Mine just get moist, more moist than they should. I had a Starburst like earlier this morning, and I was like, this is way too much paper for two tiny pieces.
It's so waxy though. I wonder if it'll burn. I wonder if that burns, and if it does, it definitely makes like black smoke.
You try to have a fire pit over there.
Ooh, let's do it.
All right, nice.
But like especially Tootsie Rolls, you grab it by the two little twists, and you pull it, and the candy spins around, and you get the little lip, and you open it up, and you get the thing, and push it in your mouth. Am I the only one who does it? I wonder. I take like because it's still kind of like scrunched up on the end where you just pulled it. I take them and I pull them apart, and it's a very satisfying feeling to feel kind of like springing apart like that because the paper is just like that.
Yeah.
You have no idea what I'm saying. You're like, yeah.
No. I was like thinking of it like as you were saying. I was like, so. Oh.
Yeah, and it feels really nice. It's just weird. It's a weird texture. It's a weird texture to that paper. Nobody talks about it. It's a different type of paper, and
that's very oddly specific.
I know.
Like you're right though.
I was eating like a Starburst, and I'm like, what is this? You know? What is this?
I was eating a Tootsie Roll.
I've been doing that all my life, and I just thought about that. I think, wow,
man,
this is weird. I wonder if other people. Nobody talks about the way what they do with a Tootsie Roll wrapper after they eat the candy. Nobody talks about recreational activities they do to a Tootsie Roll wrapper.
No one talks about that.
No, they don't, man. They don't.
Yo, Enzo.
Yeah.
I think it's about time we talked about this.
Yeah, what's that?
So, I thought this was just a thing that little kids do, but adults do this too.
Well, it's here.
Why do people align their feet with tiles? Like, why do people never step on the cracks of tiles?
Oh.
Like stone tiles, cement
I've been doing that all my life, yeah.
Like, why do people do that?
This could fall under, like, hashtag oddly relatable. You know, whenever I'm walking on, like, a sidewalk.
Like, everyone does it, but nobody knows why they do it. They just do it.
No one really talks about it either. That was a truck, by the way. You never hear that music coming from, like, a pickup truck. That was weird.
But, like, this is just the thing that everybody does. I don't know if it's because, like, people are like, oh, if you step on the crack, your mom will die. It was like, well,
I believe her back breaks only.
Huh?
I believe she only breaks her back. She doesn't die.
Oh.
Yeah. Step on a crack, you break your mother's back.
Oh, I heard that, like, your mother would die, not that her back would break.
And then I also heard if you step on a line, you break your mother's spine. What's a line? A line on the ground?
Oh, it was meant to rhyme? People just say, oh, if you step on the crack, your mom's gonna die.
Who said that to you? If you step on a crack, you break your mother's back. Everyone knows that.
No, nobody's ever told me that that rhyme.
Wow, all right.
I really wish they did now that you bring that up, but like 2 or 3 people did tell me that. They're like, hey, you step on that crack, your mom's gonna die. And they ran away.
Step on all the cracks on the way up.
And then I ran away and I ran to this person. She held an iPad and the iPad smashed. And then they were like, oh my god, my mom's gonna kill me. I was like,
what?
Why?
What?
I'm sorry, that was totally not related to what was going on.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. But what I do when I'm walking down the sidewalk, it's just a weird thing that like my mind does. I always try to get the same amount of steps in each tile.
Yeah,
and never step on a crack.
That's just what we do. Like I remember, like every week when I go to church, like there's just a walkway like of just like cement tiles, and I try to get like 2 or 3 steps on each tile, and try not to step on a crack. That's what I've done every week, every time I've gone to church.
Yeah, and also tiles like inside like schools and stuff like that. Like I think they're ceramic. Like the tiles, there's little like dots on them, and it's kind of like a checkerboard thing where like one tile they go like that, and the next tile they go like that.
Oh,
and the ones that face forward and I'm walking, I would, even to this day when I was a little kid, and I would do it now. I only try to step wherever my foot is facing. I try to step on the ones with the little dots facing that way, and when I'm going the other way, I try to step on the ones facing that way. That's just something that people do.
Like in
and
my
I don't know
living
why.
room, like I have like stone tiles on the ground. Like some are a perfect square, others are like half of a square, like a rectangle, and others are like a small square.
Yeah.
Like I want to make sure, like this just something I do. Like I make sure that like my feet step onto like the half squares like perfectly.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
And if they step into like a big square, I try to like make sure that I like it's like the perfect length and everything. And even if I get into like one of the small squares, like I just do like just like the tip of my foot. It's just
Like, I do the same thing. I think other people do. That's just a weird thing that people do. I think.
Yeah.
And no one talks about
they
why.
just do it. Nobody addresses it. It's just like one
it's
of
just
those,
something
like,
that
things.
happened. Wow, that's really interesting. Actually,
Nobody talks about that.
I think it's about time that we talked about when you all those times when you wake up in the morning and there's a song stuck in your head that you haven't listened to in a while, and you just wake up with the song in your head. What's the science there? What happened there?
I don't know. I feel like it. Now that you bring it up, I feel like it has something to do with like the science of a dream. Like you know how you have like a weird.
No one really
dream?
talks about that
like,
either.
Every once in a while, you have a dream that you can remember, and it relates to something that did not happen recently.
Yeah.
And then like you wake up, like for example, listen like with the song in your head that you haven't listened to in a while. Like maybe it's got something to do with that. I don't know.
But like maybe I just can't remember my dreams a lot of the time. But like there was one thing. I woke up. Like there's one period I haven't listened to like songs from like Hamilton. I'm kind of over songs from Hamilton, but they're so freaking catchy. I can't get them out of my head.
I'm taking this hospital because I could swear the blood stain.
But like it's only like the same like 5 songs that I just keep on singing, and I'm just sick of it because I can't get them out of my head. You know, like they're such good songs. They're so catchy, but like I can't get them out of my head. And I really want to. But like I would wake up like there was like a period where like I haven't listened to Hamilton music in like say like a month before this, and I wake up one day and I'm just singing what did I miss? I'm like, where did this come from? I was like, well, why did my mind just decide for me to be singing that? Like, I just wake up in the morning and I'm just singing like, what did I miss? I'm like, what happened there? Like, it happens to everyone.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, one day, this was a while like after I watched Back to the Future for the first time. I woke up and I was just like, it's another truck.
Was it actually?
Yeah. Like, ooh. Like, I woke up and I was just like humming The Power of Love like all day, like dun 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 dun. And that's when I was like, I want to be Marty McFly for Halloween.
Oh wow, yeah. You're right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one really talks about what happens there. You know, like I wonder what happens in your mind. Dreams are so weird. You know,
They're very, very weird.
Your mind produces them, experiences them, and is surprised by them all at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah.
Alan.
Speaking of dreams and stuff, and the subconscious. Wait, what was I? Oh yeah. I never realized how stupid my subconscious was until one day. I was trying to fall asleep one night.
Until one day.
One night actually. I was trying to fall asleep, and like you know when you're half asleep and you can't really think straight, and like your subconscious is starting to take over. People don't realize how stupid their subconscious is. And I wake up and I lean over. There's like a pad of sticky notes by my bed, just in case you have those like brilliant, like you have strokes of genius when you're about to fall asleep, right? Or at least like your mind thinks that they're strokes of genius. So I'm like, my like 2 a.m. brain or whatever, my 1:30 a.m. brain, subconscious is like, whoa, it's like this. I have this thought, and I'm like, I think I had to tell you this before. I have this thought. I'm like, oh my god, I have to remember this. But I'm falling asleep. So I lean over and I write it down and I fall asleep. Wake up the next morning, I forget all about it until like later that afternoon or whatever. I'm in my room and I see the note I wrote to myself, And I'm like, oh, I remember writing a note like last night, kind of. I totally forgot what I wrote. It's like, all right, let's see what Enzo's subconscious thinks about the world. And I look at the sheet of paper, and it says Buzz Lightyear is a guy in a suit. And I'm like, wow, nobody talks about that. The character of Buzz Lightyear, I'm not talking about the toy Buzz Lightyear, but in the Toy Story universe, the character of Buzz Lightyear is a space ranger. That suit, that green and white suit, is not his body. That's a suit.
Yeah.
So he could take that off, right?
That's an awesome segue into
Yeah, right? Yeah. He has that purple bodysuit on,
Looks weird.
I guess. But like he has a real body. And nobody talks about that.
I choose not to think about that.
Neither do I, but my subconscious wanted to for some reason. Woke me up. It's like, write this down, man. This is good. This is good stuff. The world needs to know. And now they are. And I'm not sure how I feel about it. But he's a guy in a suit.
He's a guy in a suit.
He wears a suit. And he's a human. Like, he doesn't have any superpowers. Right? He has a suit. He's a suit. He lasers and stuff. He's like Iron Man.
Yeah.
But he can take it off. He has, you can see on his fingers also, he has like the purple bodysuit.
But he's
on.
a toy, so the toy can't do that. But like if he
But
were like Iron Man, for example, like then that would be...
Yeah, I'm not talking about like the toy from Toy Story. I'm talking about like the character that the toy is based on in the movie, you know?
Ugh.
You're right, like I want to think about that. It's weird, but it happens and nobody talks about it, you know? Nobody thinks like that.
No.
I don't know why my brain decided to. But yeah, no one talks about that. So there that is.
Nobody talks about that. I'm gonna open
We're
the
diving
cookie.
so deep into the human brain in this episode, and it's like I warned you in the beginning. We're talking about some weird things. Ethan has a fortune cookie.
This is a fortune cookie. I'm going to open it, read what it says, and then we're gonna move on.
We're gonna react to it in live time. This is gonna be the greatest thing we've ever done.
Crisp. Let's see.
You're not even gonna eat that?
Not yet. We'll save it.
What we got?
Question. What is KMS? Answer. Keep mouth shut. The golden rule. Okay.
It's not a fortune. It's not a fortune. That's incorrect. No.
That's
All right. KMS is text talk for kill myself, and keep mouth shut. It's not proper English, nor is it the golden rule.
yeah, it's not the golden rule. Like if somebody tells you like to keep your mouth shut, it's usually shut the F up.
Yeah.
Like STFU.
STFU. Yeah. But yeah, fortune cookies have gotten a lot meaner to me in the last couple. Just recently. Like I can't think of what it said, but it said something along the lines of "Shut up and you'll do good." That's what they all say now. It's just like don't talk, listen, and I'm right because I'm a fortune cookie, right? Like no one talks about fortune
don't.
cookies.
It also says that my lucky numbers are 9,
Lucky
13,
numbers.
56, 28, 54, and 12. So,
Who? No,
no.
absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Actually, like no,
No.
like definitely not.
Definitely not.
No. Wow.
Alright.
Extension cords are underrated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hands up.
Just throw that out there. Yeah, what's up?
It's about time we talk about this.
What's that?
So, we have this citrusy fruit that is yellow and big,
No.
and
The grapefruit?
it helps old people poop.
Is it grapefruit? Is that what
It's
you're
grapefruit,
talking-
but
okay,
why
okay.
is it named grapefruit?
I don't know.
We have
both
grapes.
parts of the word are useless. All right.
They're
All right.
useless.
First of all, first part false.
It-
Grapefruit is only half true. Okay, let's get T-shirts with that. Grapefruit
It's
is only
fruit,
half true.
But you don't need the part of the name to
It's
be
not
fruit.
grape. It's not a grape. I wonder if grapes predate grapefruits. They get more pressed than grapefruits. You know?
They do.
You ever see a king reclining, the servants feeding him grapefruit.
Yeah,
They're feeding him
like
grapes.
in ancient Greece, it was always olives and grapes.
That's right.
You never see like King Henry's like, why don't you get me some green apples and some grapefruits?
King Henry. Now.
That's what King Henry sounded like.
Probably. But yeah, grapefruit. It's not a grape.
It's not a grape.
And it is fruit.
It is a fruit. It's half true, but like it's useless because it's...
Well, yeah. Why do we need to specify it's a fruit? It's like that's a little shady actually.
It looks like
that's a little sus. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It's a fruit. I swear to God, guys, it's a fruit.
Like it
It's
looks like a bigger orange, but with like a fuchsia-ish inside.
It's pink inside.
Pink on the
fuchsia.
inside, yeah.
Okay, all right.
But like so if like an orange is a fruit, like you don't need to like specify. I'm putting this down. You don't need to specify that it's a fruit if it looks like an orange, which is already a fruit, and it's not a grape
It's not
because
a
grape's
grape.
already a fruit. So like
They're on opposite sides of
why?
the spectrum. Grapes and grapefruits. You know, grape is that, grapefruit is that. You know.
in size wise and like just like character wise, like categories of fruit. Like a grape is something completely unique. A grapefruit
It's a thing of beauty. It's a thing
like
of beauty. A grape.
one of like the four main like citrusy fruits. Like you have the lemon, the lime, the orange.
The grapefruit is
The
kind of like
grapefruit.
it's kind of like the tag on there, like that they're just trying. It's like Winston in Ghostbusters. That's what grapefruit is like.
Exactly.
There's the
That's
three.
a
There's
good way to
lemon,
describe
limes, and oranges. Everyone knows. Orange is Venkman. Lemon is Ray. And lime is Spangler. Yeah. And then you got grapefruit, where like the media is trying to be like, hey, grapefruit's also kind of a thing. Where like Ghostbusters, like, hey, this fourth guy's also in this movie, but like he's just not accepted by the public.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's grapefruit.
Why?
It's kind of shady, like what I said. How
It is a
fruit is in the name. It's like Jonathan Grapefruit, who invented the grapefruit. He's like, hey guys, hey, I got this new thing, and they try to say, dude, that's disgusting. Well, what is this? They got it's a fruit.
No, it's not.
I swear to God, it's a fruit. It's in the name. Grapefruit. It's got to be a fruit, right? I swear to God.
Yeah. Have you ever had grapefruit juice? It's
Nope.
totally awful.
Isn't it so sour? Isn't it like crazy?
I went to a chain restaurant and they were like listing all of the juices to me. I was like 8 years old at the time, so I was very curious about what everything tasted like.
Of course.
So he was listing the juices like, oh, we got apple juice, we got lemon juice, we got orange juice, we have cranberry juice, we have
cranberry juice,
grape juice, and we have grapefruit juice. I was like,
I've never seen that
grapefruit
before.
juice, did you say? I've never heard
it
of that.
pink?
He's like, no, it's like a very light, warm yellow, like a warm white, which is like a yellowish white. Like, you know how like LED lights are like,
Yeah, I got
you know how LED lights are like, you know, white, but like they have like the yellowish hue, the warm,
just
like
because
that's what it
yeah.
looks like. But it,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay, actually, yeah.
like that's what grapefruit juice looks like. So I was like, grapefruit juice? I've never tasted that before. Can I get grapefruit juice? Like, it's the first one we've gotten.
No, yeah, who gets grapefruit juice? An 8-year-old boy. It's okay.
An 8-year-old boy. I understand if it were an 80-year-old boy. But,
Yeah.
but like,
Grapefruit juice.
I got it. I took one sip of it, and next thing I knew, I was in the bathroom.
Yeah,
it was
grapefruit juice, man.
It's gross.
Yeah.
Very, very gross.
We're talking a lot about grapefruit.
Yeah. But nobody talked about grapefruit.
They don't. We don't. As a people, we don't talk about. We neglect grapefruit. I think that it's about time. Here's something that's got me jacked. It's about time that we've talked about leap year. It's 2020,
Leap year.
which is a leap year.
Mhm.
We did celebrate leap day.
We did.
How many days are there in a year, Ethan?
365.
How many days are there in a leap year, Ethan?
366.
Right? Is that wrong? Is that incorrect? Because nobody acknowledges that. No one acknowledges that fact that there's 366 days in a leap year.
Some people do.
When they say, "Oh, this was like 40 years ago," how years? The amount in a year changes. It's like a month. On Halloween, which is October 31st, for those of you who don't know, I asked, like I was like thinking to myself, I'm like, what day was it a month ago today? What day was it a month ago on Halloween?
Wow.
Because they fluctuate. That's not a reliable thing of saying 3 months ago this happened. That's not reliable because those 3 months might all have different amounts of time in it. Same thing with years. If you say anywhere, any number of years higher than 4, then you run into at least one leap year, where the number of days in that year is different than every other year, and that's an inconsistent amount of time. And nobody acknowledges that there is like 365 days in a year. Yeah, it's like not every year. And nobody says that. There's never a little asterisk on 365 days that there should be, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I think people just they just assume that it's 365 days because 3 out of 4 times.
3 out of
It's
4 times it is,
365.
but still, like big things happen in leap years.
Yeah.
Leap years every 4 years in the same year. There is a leap day. There is the Summer Olympics, and there's a presidential election.
Yeah.
And they always fall in the same year. And
Well,
366
not this
days.
year. I think
Not this year.
It's going to be it's going to be pretty off. It's moved to next year in Tokyo. So I think that's.
Is it actually next year?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I don't know if that's going to keep going, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if they're going to do after that. I wonder if it's going to be 2025, 4 years after that, or
We don't know.
by then we'll have 1 million subscribers. I'm
Yes,
telling
we
you
will.
that. Your turn. Go ahead.
All right.
Nobody talks about there being 366 days in a leap year.
They don't. Nobody talks about it.
See where you go.
But I think it's about time we talked about this.
What's up?
So, imagine this. Picture this. You're
Okay.
you're coming home from school.
Mhm.
You walk in the door. You're taking off your coat, your shoes. You're putting down your bag, getting everything out. You're about to do your homework,
Okay.
and then your mom says, "How was your day? What did you do today?"
Yeah.
People hate those phrases
What
when
did you
they're
do
the most
today?
innocent of questions.
They
ever.
are, but what response when someone says, "Hey, what'd you do today?" What response are they thinking of? Are they expecting a full ass recap of the day?
That's
A
probably
highlight reel? One thing that happened that day? That's a very vague question.
It's a very vague question, but my point is people usually they just hate those phrases for some reason. Sometimes I'll come home and then my mom or grandma, dad, whoever, my dog, they'll be like, "How was your day?" I'll be like, "It's fine." But people just hate that. It's why? And then they say, "What did you do today?" It's people just become Napoleon Dynamite for no reason. It's worst day of my life. What do you think?
What's in my life?
What did you do today? Whatever I want. God. That's just how everybody feels on the inside. But
It is a
they
vague
have no
question,
rational
though.
reason to.
I'm gonna say it is a vague question. What did you do today? When you actually think about it, it's I did a lot. You do a lot of things every day.
You do.
You do a lot of things that even aren't worth noting. You have done. Right?
Yeah.
I got up today. Yeah, I breathed a lot of times. Blinked a lot of times. It's another thing. As soon as you start thinking about breathing or blinking, you're doing it automatically, and it's annoying. As soon as you think about yourself blinking, you just blink automatically, manually.
Yeah, that's weird.
You're doing it yourself, and it's so annoying. I wouldn't have to take a breath right there if I wasn't thinking about myself breathing.
Mm-hmm. It's strange.
Yeah, no one really talks about that.
I mean, those little things. But again, I just still don't understand. I get defensive when people ask me that. Grandma,
you
"How was
have
your day?" It's fine. You asked me that yesterday. Who was your gym teacher? I told you this yesterday. I don't know why we just
I know.
do that.
I know. Even if you have a great day, and someone asks "What'd you do today?" you don't really want to say.
Yeah,
It's just,
you could have gotten.
It's too big of a question. You
Yeah,
know?
it really is. It's what happened at school today? Got a girlfriend. I'm valedictorian. Got the lead in the play.
God.
Why?
But those are only some of the things. That's like 0.1% of all the things that you did that day.
Yeah.
You know, every
If you
single
really think
day
about it.
you do so many things.
So many things. Like, I can only imagine there's just like one guy comes home from school and actually is like, so I got up today, I ate breakfast, I put everything in my backpack. Got in the car, I drove over to school, I got out of the car, I parked it, I went
And
in,
then
I walked into math
like
class,
his
and
mom
then-
or something. It's like, okay, then like I didn't ask for that. Like, yeah, but you kind of did. It's
You-
weird.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a weird question. That's a strange question. No one
Yeah.
ever talks about. Well, Ethan,
Nobody talks about that.
I think about time we talked about condensation. That's right.
Condensation.
Science. That's
Science.
right. All right, but not just condensation in general. All right, so let's say it was a hot day, hot summer day. All right, and I have this glass of sparkling ice, very very good by the way, very delicious, and you know it's filled up. And it's a hot day, so it will start to sweat. Right?
Yeah.
The thing sweats. Classes sweat. These sweat. Water forms on the outside where there is water.
Yeah.
Now, nobody talks about that because I guess people just assume that that's the liquid from inside coming to the outside because that's what sweating, that's what the term sweating implies, which it's not. It's water from the air condensating or condensing on the from the warm air, condensing on the coolness of the water in the liquid inside here and forming water on the sides. So people assume that that is like the liquid from inside the container coming through like the pores, I guess, of the container
Pores.
to the outside. Yeah. Like people just come up. At least I did in their mind. It's like that's how it's done, but it's not. What it is, it's the water in the air that goes onto the side of it and makes new water on the sides of it. And like that's water that wasn't accessible before. That's water from the air that is on something cold, and that is water that wasn't previously accessible. So isn't that pretty awesome? Like, you don't think about that.
Yeah.
That is water that wasn't there before. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I gotta say this. Give me the hacker glasses. We are hacking the universe.
We're really
on
hacking
this
the
one.
universe.
Wow, science. Isn't that crazy? No one talks about that.
Nobody does talk.
Nobody
talks about
there's
that.
new water on the sides of the glass that wasn't there before.
Boom.
Boom. Science.